And here is song number 2. I hope I haven't ruined my voice with the first one and can do this one justice. This one's not as high. That's why I started with the higher one. I did try to do it again in another video just for funsies, and it was bad. It was bad. I was like, okay, I've ruined my voice this morning. Apparently it doesn't take much. So hopefully this will still go well. And I have played this one for my family once before, but I cheated last time at the very end. I just repeated the same chords as earlier in the song, which is easier, but it sounds better if you do a few funky chords at the end, which now I can do. They're not... Yeah, the F minor is the hardest one, but even that I feel like I'm comfortable enough with, at least for this song, to do it. This one's also, you don't play it fast, so it gives me a little more time to make switches. Okay, here we go. Because, I told you I wasn't done with Sound of Music. Probably still am not, can't talk, done with the Sound of Music, because, yeah, anyway. That's for future Katie and future y'all. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright, you look happy to meet me. Blossom of skill, may you bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. Did I do it without messing up? Oh my god. I think. I'm gonna have to watch this back and see if I've made any funny faces. Because usually even if it's something y'all probably wouldn't notice, I notice, I'll still make a face. I need to stop doing that. But I don't remember making any faces this time. This may be the joyous occasion I've been waiting for. It should be this song, since this was one of the very first that I started playing. Might be the first one that I recorded for my family. I'd have to go back and look. It probably was, or one of the first for sure. So yeah, it's not hard. It's a decent amount of changes, but they're slow changes. So it's, yeah. And yeah, I learned C minor 6. Is that C? Or does that say G? Oh, it's a G minor 6, sorry. Which is this. And that just goes after C. Just gives it a little flavor before going to F. And then F minor. I think what I was doing before was just... Whoops. That's the cop-out version, where it's just C, F, and G7. Which it still sounds good, but it doesn't sound quite as good. So I'm happy that I was able to make it through one without... I mean, it helps that it was a short song. And it helps that my voice was warmed up, almost too warmed up. I almost blew it out, apparently, because I tried to sing Imagine again, and my voice was like, I think you're done with that one today. I tried to do the high note, and I could do it, but I couldn't do it consistently. It was just like sometimes it sounded good, sometimes it didn't, and I was like, oh, I don't want to take that chance. Let's move on. That last recording was fine. It was good enough. again, you'll see the faces I made when I didn't have the chords landed exactly where I wanted them, but overall, I think that one sounded fine. Yeah, I wish I did have more than 2 songs to do today. Did I already say that? I don't know. It's still true. I wish I did. Because I like to roll these out over the course of several days. And if I have a kind of a backlog, so to speak, to do that from, then I feel better. Like, because I haven't, I guess maybe it was just yesterday I didn't post one. Or was it 2 days? I don't know. And I know this doesn't have to be a daily thing for me or for you. But I feel like it's something that hopefully is bringing some of you joy. And I want to bring y'all joy because y'all bring me joy. So I want to give back. I freaking love this instrument. It's just, even when it makes funny tinny sounds sometimes that I don't understand. I think I've figured out though, because usually, well, if I'm just practicing, I'm not on camera, if I hear it, I'll look at my finger and it won't be right in the middle of the fret. It'll be like towards the top or towards the bottom. So not only do you have to be within the 2 fret lines or whatever those are called, you have to be right in the dead center, at least on this instrument. Maybe some instruments are not as sensitive. But yeah, I think that's what causes it, is when my finger's not quite where it should be. But I still can't replicate it when I try to, so who knows? But either way, I love it so much. It brings me so much joy. Even, yeah, just playing the notes even without singing, or the chords, just, it's like this angelic, it's like a harp without having to learn the harp. Because good luck learning the harp. Not that I've ever tried, but what did I do there? I think this finger was too high. It's too exacting sometimes. I'm like, give me a break. And I'm rambling again. I know. I'm wrapping up, I promise. What was I even saying? Who knows? Harp, right. That looks like a very hard instrument to master, so I'm super jealous of anyone who can play the harp. Or, any instrument well, including this one. Because I'm still just poking along. I think I was talking to Adam about this the other day. Yeah, because we broth? That's not a word. Broth is a word. Broth is not. We both grew up in orchestra. He played the viola, for those of you who didn't know, and I played the cello. So we both have that musical background, and we both also played piano when we were younger. He was much better at it, from what I've heard, than I ever was, and played it for much longer. He started when he was like 3 or something crazy, like insane. But because we grew up playing instruments and learning songs, we were like, back then we had a very limited amount of songs, like especially if we were doing a recital. If we had a recital coming up for piano, you were only learning one song, so you would be practicing that one song over and over and over and over until you had it down. You wouldn't have to even think about it. You basically had it memorized, or you did just have it memorized. And even with orchestra, it was the same kind of thing. I mean, we had more than one song when we did recitals, but or concerts, whatever you call them. No, I guess it was still just recital. Whatever. The things we would do, or we played for parents and people. It was still only a handful of songs. So again, and we would practice them and with the whole orchestra in class many times over all the weeks leading up to that performance. So the fact that I keep changing songs is not helping me. I should just pick a few that I really want to get perfected and like really practice them, maybe just on top of learning new ones, because I I can't stop learning new ones. That's half the fun for me, is like, ooh, there's this other song I love. I wonder if I can play and sing that. So I don't want to take away the fun aspect, but I also do want to actually improve. And I think the only way to do that is going to be to pick a song or two and actually memorize them, like the chords and the lyrics if I don't already know the lyrics. So I'm not looking at music, because that's part of the problem, is too many things to look at, or I'm looking at that and can't look at my fingers when I need to look at my fingers. You know what I mean. I've said all of this before, but I think that's part of why I have not progressed further, is I keep just learning new songs and not starting over, but you know, I'm definitely better at not having to look at every single change. Like, I'm just looking at the music instead of my fingers for a lot of these. It's just the more complicated, like D minor, I usually still look, because that one can be funky. But I'm at least getting better at that. So progress is being made, just not as much as I'd like, which is all the time for me. Way too impatient for myself to get good at something. But I'm still gonna keep learning, and this video is already over 10 minutes. I am sorry. I didn't realize I was gonna start talking about that. It's just things occur to me, and then I'm like, oh, I should, whatever. But that's all I need to say. Nothing else really going on. I hope that y'all are having a good day and a good week, and as good as can be. I'm gonna stop saying that. I'm just gonna say good. I hope you're having a good week, day, month, whatever. I know it's not perfect. It's not what you might want it to be, but we can still make them good days. I'm having a lot of good days, actually, lately. So I hope you are too. Because, yeah, I've already said all the other things I need to say, so I don't need to repeat them. But I'm like, I need to stop quantifying that and being like, if you can, if you're not too upset about the world, like, just, no, I hope you're having a good day. And if the world is upsetting you, stop looking at it. I don't mean the world, but stop looking at the news, stop reading articles, stop whatever's bringing you down. Don't do that. Do something fun instead. Yeah. So, and I'm sure I've said that before too, but whatever, I'm gonna say it again. And I love all of you, and I hope that I'll be back soon, because I don't know what my next song is. I haven't picked my next song, or even looked it up, so it might be a few days before I have more. I don't know. I'm gonna try, though. I'm gonna try to get some more together ASAP, so that there's not a big gap between posting these and posting more. So, with all that, bye.